So in this problem, please remember the very first thing you always look for is what do all three have in common. So I'm looking at the coefficients. I see a 6, a 23, and a 20. Do 6, 23, and 20 have anything in common? Right. The only thing they would have is a 1, which doesn't help us. So we're going to jump straight into the x method. For this, we have at the top a times c, so that's 6 times 20, which is 120. At the bottom, we have b, which is a negative 23. Left and right, we have fractions whose denominators are a, which in this case would be 6. So we're looking for these two numbers, and what we need are two numbers that if you multiply them, you get 120, but if you add them, you get a negative 23. Gregor?
Negative 24 and negative 5.
Negative 24 and negative 5. I don't think negative 24 and negative 5 will give me the 23 that I want. Troy? Negative 8 and negative 15. I think that'll work. So we got to remember that when we're finding these numbers, they have to do both of the things that we're looking for. Multiply to make this and add to make this. I also like that both answer options given were two negative numbers. Because if you're trying to multiply to make a positive and you're trying to add to make a negative, then you got to have two negative numbers. But both of these can be reduced. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me move it over so we have room for that. Negative 8 over 6 would reduce to make a negative 4 over 3. Negative 15 over 6, 3 goes into both of these, so negative 5 over 2. And remember, those fractions are what make our final answer. This is 3r minus 4. This is 2r minus 5. So we have 3r minus 4 and 2r minus 5. Remember, the denominator is your coefficient. The numerator is your constant for each binomial that you create.